JX.
J-Way.
I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless.
I'm gone.
Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck.
Give me
Into
that.
the trends. CLE be the bench. Foreign winds when we slide. Right when the top down, bitch, you high. I'm high and I'm vibing, pumping Zai. My pride is OT providing. Trying to come up on a dial. Distro distributes the product. Make it pop like Crisco, nigga, who wanna fry. Got back from Buckhead where they stack bread like a bunk bed. Woofing on the net, boy, gotta be a dust head.
Clown.
Don't get mad, get even. Shorty be with them heathens. Call me JB Bickerstaff. Got some shooters in Cleveland.
Welcome to Bleachers and Speakers. I'm your host, June. Shout out to my co-host, B. Foster. This is just a quick 10-minute joint here. I wanted to talk about some of my thoughts today as we end the week, or we start the week. Sunday is the beginning of the week. So I want to just start with a few thoughts. But before I get into that, I want to remind everyone to subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. Also, follow us on all your podcast aggregators. Those are platforms like Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcast. Just type in Bleachers to Speakers, FFSN in your search. Make sure you're following us. Make sure that alert bell is on. And whenever we drop, you'll get a notification, download the episode, and just check out the material. The channel is growing. We're getting close to 200 subs. We started with one a couple of months ago. And please subscribe to YouTube, Bleachers to Speakers on YouTube. I want to talk about the football game yesterday, the Detroit Lions versus the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a preseason game, I know. And I don't put a lot of stock into preseason games. Preseason games for me is to get a chance to see the players that are trying to earn playing time and trying to earn a spot on the roster. And that's the way it's always been with me. And this year has really, really, really put an emphasis on that from my observations, because none of the starters have played for the Lions, offensive and defensively. If you want to say Amik Robinson, the corner, he may be your starting nickel. He may not be. I think he will be your starting nickel. He's played significantly. But other than that, offensive line, all backups. Defensive line, all backups. No starting corners, no starting wide receivers, no starting running backs. Goff hasn't played, no starting safeties, no starting linebackers. It's been like that. The only starters you can say, if you want to consider Bates your guy at field goal kicker, which I think he will, because he's shown off these two preseason games, that leg, 55-yarder yesterday, 53-yarder in the first game winner yesterday as well, from 43. I think he's your starter, but kickers, they're going to get their shine in preseason. So they get more tick than the average starter. But it was a good game for entertainment value. Yes, it was a very entertaining game. Kansas City started their first unit on offense the first two drives. And I'm talking Mahomes, Kelsey, the wide receiver, and you can't Pacheco, you can't assume, if you don't know who the offensive line is for Kansas City, you gotta assume they're not going to put that second unit to protect Mahomes in a preseason game. No, they're going to have their first unit out there, and Mahomes was Mahoming. I'm just going to put it like that. One thing that I will note: first two drives, he took them right down the field. The Lions tightened up in the red zone and held them to 2 field goals. But other than that, the Lions did pretty good defensively, except for a couple of blunders there, here and there. And this is the second and third unit that you see out there. But like I said, Mahomes he's going to be Mahomes. He had a behind the back pass. And not only that, it was a spiral. It was a wobbly spiral, but it was a spiral, and it was for a first down. Like, what can't this guy do, right? And this is MVP. People are saying he's going to be the next GOAT. He's going to there's some people that saying he's number 2 next to Tom Brady of all time right now. So I think it's a crazy argument, but you do have that debate from the younger generation. So I don't know what that buzzing is, but anyway, back to what I was talking about as far as the Lions in the preseason game. I don't put a lot of stock in it. Lions won 24-23. I will say that. And if I'm not going to go crazy about a loss, which I didn't in the first preseason game, I'm not going to go crazy about a win, which was happened in the second preseason game. Just gives you a chance to reflect, gives you a chance to evaluate and check out um, what what we have in the tank as far as reserves and people trying to make the team. Saw a lot of good plays out there, and I want to talk about Amik Robinson real quick. He's a potential starter. He was all over the field. I think he had one bad play where he not let. Xavier Worthy was wide open for a touchdown after a Lions turnover. He got caught flat-footed, and Worthy, he ran right past him. And he's going to do that a lot this season, I think. I think Worthy is an exceptional talent, and I am glad we have that type of speed on offense ourselves with JMO. I think, if Xavier Worthy is faster than JMO, it's not by much. So and vice versa. So I think those two have a different level of speed when it comes to the wide receiver position. And I'm glad we have something like that on our team. But that was the only bad play that Amik Robinson had. Other than that, he was all over the field. He was breaking up passes. He was supporting the run pretty good. And it's something to see. Also, on offense, Vaki. Vaki. I mean, you got to think, right? Most teams carry 3 or 4 running backs, and you have Gibbs, you got Montgomery. Those are your solid 1 and 2s, respectively. I mean, I don't know which order. I don't want to say, but those are your 1 and 2s. Whatever order you want to put them in, it's Montgomery and Gibbs are your 2 running backs. And then you have to look at Craig Reynolds. He's been your 3 the past last year he was, and he was a backup the year before that. So, and then you have other guys on the team trying to fight for that 4th spot. And I think Vaki's going to get that spot because he was good in the first game and he was better this game, catching passes out of the backfield this game, running pretty decently. He's the real deal. I think Vaki, I thought when the Lions drafted him, and I never agree, but when the Lions drafted him, I'm like, well, oh, this is surprising. They drafted a running back, but I just knew they were drafting him to be a safety. But no, they wanted him to be a running back, and I think he will make the roster. I honestly think that, but we'll see. But those 2 things along with the kicker, Bates nailed a 55-yarder early. He nailed a game winner for 43, and he had a 53-yarder in preseason game 1. And I think he definitely, with the injury to the other field goal kicker, I forget his name. I think it's Bagley. Forgive me. No disrespect intended, but Bates is going to be your guy at the field goal kicking. The way he's kicking, yes. Knocked a 55-yarder down yesterday. 53 first week 1 of preseason. I think he's your guy. So just looking at that, there's a couple of bright spots to look at when it comes to game 2. And for those, the aura, the energy that's here in Detroit with these Lions, there are people going crazy on my Facebook timeline. Oh, we won. This rarely happened in preseason before last season or the season before. So the energy's here. It's good. It's a good vibe. And I want to say the Detroit Lions will have a successful season, but it's not based on preseason. I think what we have intact with the coaching regime, the players that we acquired, and the players that we have returning will also bode for a good mix to make another playoff run. So that'll do it for now. Me and Foster will be on the NFC North Division show Wednesday. You can check us out on those podcast aggregators that I was telling you about. That'll be Wednesday, and that's when we team up and we talk to NFC North Division affiliates from Minnesota and Chicago. I know it's difficult at times, but those are great guys. If I have to talk to a Minnesota Viking fan or a Chicago Bear fan, I couldn't have been more blessed than to work with Pay and Dave from FFSN. We are also looking for a Green Bay Packer affiliate. If you want to do this, contact me. Leave a comment in the YouTube comments. I can set you up to where you can have your own show, and you can get on. You can have your own Green Bay Packers show, and then on Wednesdays you can join us for our show and help grow your audience. I know one of the good things about teaming up with the Minnesota and Chicago Bears affiliates that we've gained fans, even though they don't like the Lions, but they've supported us. So this is one thing about football, and Dave has always said football brings people together, and I've firsthand witnessed it on my own. So I want to before I close, I want to remind you to subscribe to Bleachers Speakers on YouTube if you're listening, because I know you're watching it. If you're watching it, you're probably already subscribed. But if you're already subscribed, share it, hit the like button, comment, share it, tell a friend. Let's get these subscribers up to 200, man. And if you're listening, please don't just go to YouTube. Don't just listen. Go to YouTube, subscribe to Bleachers Speakers.
I feel like I'm JX. J-Way. I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless. I'm gone. Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. Give me that. The trends. CLE be the best. Form which when we slide, right when the top down, bitch, you high.